Hello Terraria enthusiasts, my name is James, and now yesterday Senex was nice enough to give us an exclusive 1.3.5 spoiler, which me and Python actually took a look at and tried to do a breakdown of. Now when we were actually looking at the image, we actually struggled to figure out what exactly was new, and a bunch of you actually did in the comments section down below. There was debate whether the lantern was new, or whether certain platforms were new, or the white blocks at the bottom of the house were new. There was lots of talk about what was new. However, one person on Reddit by the name of Edward UV, he actually nailed it pretty damn well. So I want to take a closer look at this image and give you everything that's new. Now you may think this is a little petty going into such small detail on an image, but when we're talking about spoilers, it's great to break down every single new item, and it means a lot to me to actually be very specific. Now, according to Edward UV's eye, the new items are two new types of platforms, and that includes gold and another new type of platform which we don't know whether it's dynasty or not. We think it's new, and I kind of agree with him there. There's also a golden crafting table, so we did mention that yesterday. A new golden chest. Now this is a new golden chest, and it's actually part of the unobtainable items list that we had in 1.3.1, but yes, it is new and it's coming in 1.3.5. There's also the dynasty sofa, the dynasty dresser, and the blocks on the floor, they are chlorophyte or painted white. And there's also a dynasty piano. So that is every new item in the actual picture. But what I thought was interesting is the reason why we're getting them now. Now a lot of people are saying, so is 1.3.5 the cosmetic update? Is it about furniture? Well no, all of these items were actually in the game in 1.3.1. So you may be wondering, wait, why did they never add them? Now Senex actually took to Twitter a little while after my video and confirmed to somebody that the reason why the furniture wasn't in the game beforehand was because Terraria's engine wasn't suitable. And that's actually because Terraria's game engine is actually reaching its limits. Now this was actually said in an interview by Red during the 1.3 launch, where he said the engine is reaching its limits, so the next few updates will have to be very careful so that it doesn't break the engine. And this may have been the tipping point, this new furniture, but Senex confirmed that they've actually done some reworking and that the engine will now support the furniture. So if I was to take a crack at why Red is actually returning to Terraria, like we mentioned the other day, and Sphinx is also working on it, I would actually say that the two programmers are back because the engine needs a little bit of work, and it needs Red for that. But that's just my guess. I don't actually have any specific details on that. But if I had to take a guess at why Red actually returned to Terraria, I would say they're doing a big engine overhaul, and they're going to do something like that, because I think this additional furniture, that's just for the pretty pictures. I think there's something else going on behind the scenes, which should be really interesting. I'm really excited in Red returning to Terraria. I think that's the biggest 1.3.5 spoiler we actually have. These images are really cool, and it's cool to see the furniture, but I think that is the big thing. Anyway guys, that's it for today's video. I just wanted to go into some of the specifics. I try and keep my spoiler videos as informative as possible, and once again, thank you to Edward UV for collecting all of the new things. Honestly, some people are having such problems, including myself. It's a bit of a hard spoiler to decode. Anyway guys, that's going to do it for today's episode. If you are new around here, make sure to click that subscribe button. By subscribing to ChippyGaming, you're in the one-stop place for all your Terraria needs. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.